Yo, what's good everyone? Hope you're doing great. So today's video is gonna be about when I trip-seated my friends. Hope you're gonna like it, and if you don't, well, fuck you! So let's get right into it. So the story starts, it was the summer, and I've got the news that my parents were going on vacation, so I was gonna have the house for myself for a week. And one of my friend's girlfriend's birthday was approaching, so they wanted to do a small party at my house for her birthday. But my mom told me that I cannot invite anyone to their house while they are gone. So I told my friend that we might not be able to make the party, but they didn't care and still wanted to do it. A couple of days later, my parents were gone, and it was my friend's girl's birthday. So we invited the boys to chill at my parents' house while they were gone. But a problem occurred. At the exact same day as we wanted to party at my house, my sister decided to stay at the house for a couple of days. So I asked her if she was good with the fact that I invited 5 people at the house. She said that she won't snitch, but it's gonna be alright. So yeah, text my friend if they were ready, and they said yes, so I hopped into my car, drove to my homie's house, and picked them up. Then we went to the liquor store and bought a shit ton of alcohol. I bought a 12 pack of beer and a bottle of vodka. Also, one of my friends brought with him some weed. So yeah, after shopping we went to my house and we were just chatting and having fun in the living room. Then the girls started drinking some alcohol. Since the girls were already consuming, the boys wanted to start getting fucked up too. But my friend forgot to bring his bong, so they had nothing to smoke with. But I, the real marijuana goblin that I am, knows how to make a DIY bong. All I needed was a plastic bottle, a pair of scissors, a pen, a bottle cap, and some aluminum foil. And I had all these items at my house. So I took a Powerade, chugged the entire thing in 30 seconds, and I really like using Powerade bottles to make homemade bongs with, since the bottle is stronger than the average plastic bottles. Anyways, once I had my empty Powerade bottle, I removed the bottle cap, then I took the scissor and I poked a hole on the side of the bottle at around 1/3 of the height. Then I took the pen and removed the inside so I can get a tube. Then I inserted the tube in the hole I made with the scissors. After that I took the bottle cap, made another hole with the scissors in the cap, big enough to insert the pen in the hole. Then I took the aluminum foil, wrapped it around the cap, then I took a toothpick and I made small holes in the aluminum, and it's done. Making a homemade bong is really easy. The next step is to put some water in the bottle, put some weed in the aluminum bucket and smoke the shit out of it. I like to call it the power bong. Anyways, once we had the bong, we went on the balcony in the backyard and they started smoking some weed. But for once I didn't smoke because I had to stay sober to make sure everyone doesn't trash the house, you know? Like, you don't know how much I wanted to take a hit, but I didn't. I had to trip-sit them motherfuckers. So yeah, once the boys were baked as a loaf of bread, we went inside and the girls were already drunk as shit. They were fucking singing Disney songs. I could feel my ears bleeding. So yeah, we all sat down in the living room and we decided to watch a movie on Netflix. But the problem is, the girls wanted to watch the worst fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. They wanted to watch K-pop Demon Hunter. At first I didn't know what the fuck this is, but as we were watching, I found out that the entire show was just some girls singing, and man, just watching this shit made me wanna set myself on fire then jump out the window. And at this point it was getting kinda late, so my sister wanted to go to sleep, but the girls kept drinking, and as they kept drinking, they kept getting louder and louder. At some point they were screaming and jumping. But the boys were chilling on the couch munching on some Doritos. And it's at this moment I saw the difference between alcohol and weed. Alcohol makes you chaotic, and weed makes you chill. Anyways, the girls were making so much noises, my sister texted me and asked me to make the girls shut the fuck up. But I only saw her text the next day because the girls were making so much noises I didn't even hear the notification. So yeah, after a moment the boys wanted to smoke even more weed. So we went back on the balcony and they smoked even more. We stayed outside for a while because the girls kept making so much noises we had enough. So being outside and finally have peace was pretty nice. After like 30 minutes, we went back inside and man, the girls were wasted as fuck. They kept spilling their drinks on the floor, they kept tripping and shit. Then I looked at the boys and they were the chillest dudes on the planet. So yeah, as we went back inside, I had an idea. I knew the boys were big, so I suggested that we should watch Tinkerbell. The girls were hyped as fuck to watch Tinkerbell, but the boys were like hell nah. But I told them that watching this movie while being high would be really fun, so they finally accepted to watch the movie. I took the DVD and put it in the disc reader, started the movie, and man, the boys were laughing so hard and they said that it was such a goofy movie. I knew it was a great idea. As the movie was playing, the girls didn't stop to drink. One of them was fine and was enjoying life, but the other one was on the floor. She said that her head kept spinning and she felt sick, so she went to the bathroom. A little bit later, we were wondering if she was alright, so we knocked on the door and asked her if she's good. She said that she was too drunk to even open the door, and the door was locked. We tried to unlock the door from the outside because this door handle has a tiny hole where you put a tiny metal rod in the hole and it opens the door, but for some reason it didn't work. After a while, the girl in the bathroom opened the door by herself, but it took a long time. Her boyfriend went in the bathroom and stayed with her. I went back in the living room to check if the others were doing good and they seemed fine. Then I went back to the bathroom to check if the girl was doing good, and she puked all over her boyfriend and herself. And man, the smell of that vomit was on a whole nother level of disgusting. Vodka vomit is one of the worst smells ever. There was fucking vomit all over them and the floor. I wasn't mad, but I said that she should have puked in the toilet. I mean, it was right next to her. But her boyfriend said that she's too drunk and shit, like he was on her side and he kept saying it's not her fault. Then the girl kept saying sorry and all. I said it's fine and I'm gonna clean it up, but she kept saying she's sorry over and over again. So yeah, I took some paper towels and a mop, and me and the guy were cleaning up the mess. Then the other girl kept being really annoying. Like she went in the bathroom and she was yapping and yapping. Then my friend was getting mad. He kept telling her to fuck off and to get the fuck out. But she kept coming back like a boomerang. My friend was getting really mad at her, and after a moment, there was a fucking verbal fight. If I didn't do anything, it would get out of hand, so I told the girl to stop or else I'm gonna kick her out of the house and she will have to find a ride to get home. And she immediately stopped. After a while, we finally cleaned up the mess. I gave them a towel and told them to take a shower. I will take care of their clothes. So yeah, at this point it was getting really late, so I told my friends in the living room that we should go to sleep and they agreed with me. So I prepared the rooms and they went to sleep. I waited for my other friend and his girlfriend to be done with a shower and tell them that it's time to go to sleep. About 30 minutes later, they were finally done and I lent them some clean clothes. They stayed in the bathroom for a little bit and told me to go to sleep. The next morning, the boys were doing great, but the two girls were feeling like shit. They had a crazy hangover. The girl that didn't get sick woke up in my parents' bed and she had my dad's pants on. So I went in my parents' room to see if everything was in place, but no. She touched some random shit in my parents' room. I cleaned up my parents' room, but when I went in the living room, it was trashed. And my sister woke up and she told all my friends to clean it up. And that's what they all did. They cleaned up the beers, the empty bags of chips and more. As for me, I cleaned up the floor because man, the girls kept spilling their alcohol all over the floor. So yeah, it took me about 1 hour to clean up the house. And that's where I checked my phone and saw the text my sister sent me. So I told her I'm sorry for the noises we made, and she wasn't mad at all. Then I drove my friends back to their houses. A few days later, my parents were finally back from their vacation and they immediately saw something wrong. I missed a few spots on the floor and it was sticky. Some shit in my parents' room were not at the right place, so they asked me what happened. I told them I invited one of my friends and his girlfriend at the house and they drank some alcohol. But my mom is not stupid. She knew something was up. So she asked my sister how many people there was and my sister said that there was 5 people. And surprisingly, my mom wasn't mad. She said that the next time I should take my time to clean up the house nicely. So yeah, that's it for the story. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you want, and goodbye.